Just tell me what's on your
Cheers.
mind.
We're going on holiday next week. I've not really packed. Well, no, I don't know why I'm saying I'm not really. I haven't packed a thing. I've got like random piles around the house of things that I'm like getting together. But I just thought you could come along and do a little bit of holiday prep with me today, because I feel like you will motivate me. Just the sheer act of filming this will just keep me focused, because I'm not having the best of weeks, but also I figured that you would quite like to see it too, because I love seeing how other people like organize themselves and how they sort their lives out and like what their like go-tos are for certain things. So I'm gonna sort of just have this coffee because it's very needed. I've been up since about 4:20 this morning, which is delightful, and then I'm gonna crack on. I'm gonna have this lovely coffee. I have a Starbucks vanilla pod in my little Nespresso machine thing, and then I have my usual Alpro barista coconut, which is just my perfect coffee. I don't have like sugar or sweetener or syrups or anything like that. This just hits the spot for me, and I am not ashamed to say that it's my second of the morning, and it is only just 9 o'clock. But let me enjoy this and then we'll crack on. Okay, we are on it. I have re-energized myself. I've tried to get my game face on. Mark has taken Stan out for a bit because he's off today. Daisy's at a club that she's been at all week. We're seeing her performance tonight, and Bill is being a teenager and chilling in his room. So the first job that I need to get done is washing everyone's bedding. Now, ideally, I would do this like the day before, this, that and the other, but the weather is nice now, which means I can get it done and out on the line. And I just worry that with plans that we've got early next week, I'm going to get to a point where I will forget or something, you know, when you're paranoid. So I can fit in the kids' bedding all at once. I'm going to do theirs first, and then I'm going to do ours in the second load, and then I have a third load left to do, along with a load of laundry that I've not yet put away because, as I said, last couple of days has been a bit intense. But first, let's do this bedding, which I always recommend you do just before you go away on holiday anyway, because it just feels nice to come home to bedding that's that bit fresher. I think we all do that, don't we? Oh, I forgot about that laundry that I put in this morning. Honestly, I'm so overwhelmed. Okay, so now we are sat down, and I've got my little diary. I've shown you this before, haven't I? But it's the Pretty Perfect Productivity Planner. And what I like about it is that it's not like dated, so you can just sort of go through, add the date yourself, and every section has like this side, which is like quick win jobs, and then like larger jobs, which I really like, because if you're in a mental space where you're just like not feeling it that day, even just this existence of this column and they're like quick 10-minute jobs, it makes it feel so much less like overwhelming. And then I always put the larger jobs on here, and then over on this side, which I use less, I have like a schedule bit. But it's a really, really good planner. Do you know, like if you wanted to get someone that loved organisation, like something for Christmas, or you want one for like the new year, or sometimes September sometimes feels like the start of a new year with the new school season and stuff, I'd really recommend. So I'm kind of gonna do a little to-do list of things that I know that I really need to crack on with. The first thing, and this is going to come across as quite anal, but you know what, it pays to be prepared, I say. I'm going to see if I can book a Tesco slot for when we get home. And I remember what I did last year, and I've done like other holidays that we've been on like the last couple of days. At some point I would just sit on a sun lounger and like pick a load of like easy meals and stuff that's going to help us once we get back, and I'd really recommend doing it, because it just stops. It's like those little actions, like washing your bed in and getting organised and getting a food shop in and this, that and the other, like it stops the holiday blues feelings like severe. And because by the time we come back it won't be too long until the kids are back at school, I feel like it just sets me up right. Another thing that I need to do, which I think I'm going to put in jobs to do, that's like a longer section, because this list will be ongoing for the next couple of days. I want to label and sort uniform, because again we come back and I don't want that last weekend to be us running around. Now I have got an organised this year and I've got all the uniforms sorted, the kids' shoes are sorted, backpacks and everything like that sorted. I just need to label them now, which won't take me long, but it's one of those tasks that you sort of like put off, don't you, because it's not fun. So I'm going to do that, and I want to do that before we go away, so that will be something that me and the kids will do over the weekend most likely. Mark's at football on Saturday, so maybe it'll be like a little Saturday job. Next thing that I need to do is check the loft, because our suitcases are up there, but inside our suitcases are a load of like holiday items, which in theory is obviously like an obvious place to store them, but sometimes with that I find it really inaccessible, because I have to go up there, work out which suitcase they're in by like shaking them and stuff, get everything out. And I think I'm going to work on like a method of storing stuff a little bit better for like future holidays, because it's just, I always forget what we've got, and I'm looking for things like swim toys, those waterproof phone cases, extension, like, you know, European plugs and all of that. So I need to check loft for holiday stuff. The other jobs that I've got on my list are kind of like work bits, like things I want to film today, so it's not really relevant to this video, I suppose. But aside from checking the loft and getting everything together that I need, I want to make sure that I know if anything's missing. So I've got a pile of stuff here that I'm going to show you in a sec, of like things I like to take on holiday, this, that and the other, but I know there'll be something missing that hopefully like that will like twig when I go through it all. I want to make sure I wash the towels, but again I think I would do that nearer to when we go, so when we come back they're nice and fresh. Bedding I've already written down. I'll need to make the beds today once that's all done. I want to empty bins, but again that'll be the day before we go. Clean fridge, that'll be the day before we go, and clean the racks out, that'll be the day before we go. But just having everything written down just kind of makes me feel better, because I know I can refer to this now over the next couple of days. Okay, so this is all the stuff that like I've got in a bag and collected together so far that I thought I would show you. So the first thing is actually a little mini first aid kit. I have one of these exact ones from last year, which we've used a few bits out of, but I was just thinking like from an organisational standpoint recently, I'd really like to have one that we sort of keep in the car or for on the go, because I realised this when we were out and about at Chester Zoo last week, that a little kid, when we were in the car park, had trapped their fingers in the door, and I had plasters on me, so I was about to offer, but another mum had like a full-on little like one of these, and I was like, do you know what, why do I never take it out with me, because I have one. And I think because it's always earmarked in my head like it's for holiday, don't use it, like that just seems so pointless to me. Like why are we doing that? We should just be using it anyway. So I have one that is going to be like for travel, and then I have one I'm going to keep for like home and holidays and bigger trips. But this one's going to go in our car. But basically it comes in there like that little pouch thing. It's got like alcohol prep wipes, it's got sterile water for like an eye wash, it's got bandages, it's got plasters, it's got like first aid advice and stuff like that. So this will be coming with us. And then the other one I've got, I am going to like put in our organiser in the car. I want to do like, you know, like a bit of back to school prep as well, where like the car's all sorted, because I feel like our car, with all the clubs that we do when it's like normal life and everything's so like go, it just turns into a mess so quickly, and I really want to try and stop that this year. So we have a little first aid kit. We only take one that's like this, because anything that is more severe or serious that cannot be remedied with what is in here is likely going to be dealt with by like hotel like medical professionals abroad. So we've obviously got like everything organised for that anyway. But we have like, these are just the random things I picked up. We always take stuff for like dicky tummies in case like maybe ice sometimes can set you off, or like certain foods and stuff, so we'll have that. But I've got some ibuprofen and paracetamol for us because likelihood is we'll probably be having a few drinks and indulging, and there may be some headaches going on. And I've also picked up an extra Piriton. We have to use this regularly anyway because I seem to have passed on my curse of hay fever onto the kids. But this is great as well for like prickly heat, food allergies, insect bites, pet allergies, that sort of thing. And obviously with like mosquito bites and stuff as well, it's really handy to have. So those are like kind of like medical items. Speaking of mosquito bites, we're taking the Skin So Soft dry oil spray. This is meant to be really good at like keeping mosquitoes at bay. Everyone always seems to recommend it. We've never actually used it before. We will be getting the Goibi Extreme, which is what locals tend to use like in Mallorca. It's like always recommended when we go over there, and we'll get that while we're there. And we've got like plugins and stuff. Mark's got a lot of like lemon shower gel, lemon scented shampoo for him because he got annihilated last year. That's the door, 1 second. And back, it was just an order from M&S. I was wanting to try on some more jeans, but that is not for now. So other things that I picked up are like hair care, that sort of thing. And I'm not going to take my favourite archive stuff with me, just because I always find that shampoo bottles get like damaged quite easily. And I'm just going to take this to the point that like I can use it, and then we unlikely will bring the rest home because there's 5 of us. But it's the hyaluronic moisture boosting shampoo, good for dehydrated hair, which I imagine that we will likely have when we're away because of all of like chlorine, sea, sun, that sort of thing. And then this I'm so excited about. So this and this is such a good little combo. So this Nivea like little eau de toilette smells exactly like the sun cream, which I just feel like is an iconic scent, especially like if your family used this as a kid and stuff, because I know mine did. So together, this little combo here is so cool because they also have a shower gel which smells exactly the same. It's called Love Sunshine, and it's got the Nivea Sun scent, and I just think that these are just the cutest little combo to take on holiday with you. So that's what I'm going to smell like. I'll probably take another perfume as well, just so I've got options. But yeah, these are just screaming holiday for me, and I've saved them up. I've got 2 of the shower gels because I know we'll go through that a bit quicker than like shampoo and stuff. I'm so excited. And then the other toiletry that I've got is just a Sure Maximum Protection. I like a few different, like I've got quite a few like different deodorants for different things, but this, when I'm on holiday, just makes me feel so much better of an evening because I feel like it really does work to control like sweat and stuff. And you know when you've got a really nice dress on and things like that, like I don't want to end up, you know, ruining it with being all gross and sweaty. So I've got this as well. Filming this has made me remember a few things. So other stuff, I've got these handy cleansing wipes. So they're anti-bac ones, and I think these are just to sort of have on me throughout the week. I'll probably take a normal packet of baby wipes as well because I just think they'll come in handy, but the anti-bac is always useful just in certain scenarios. You'll never know when you need them. And I'm going to take this little tiny pack with me in my travel bag. So that is those. I'm also going to take a little hand sanitizer. This is just like I got a cheap pack of like 5 or something, maybe from TikTok shop or something like that. So I'm going to take that as well because again, I just think it's really useful. I also have the Vital Baby Hygiene spray. It's like a cleansing water. It contains hypochlorous acid, which is really good for like removing like the bacteria off your face. You can spray it on your hands. You can spray it on like baby's bottoms and stuff like that. It's really, really gentle. But I don't know about you, you, when I'm on holiday and there's like a lot of sweat going on, you're in and out of the pool, you're putting like facial sunscreen on and all of that, I feel like sometimes that can be the recipe to like give you more breakouts. I will often, when I remember to actually put it in my bag, use this after I've had a gym walkout, because I'll like walk home and that's enough time for like sweat and bacteria and stuff to dry on my face. So this is always handy to have on you. So I'm going to take that as well. And then this, I've actually not used it this summer season because I've not really felt like I needed to, but it's still in good condition, and it's the Mega Babe Thigh Rescue. Now my thighs still love each other and they still do rub on occasion, but not in the way that perhaps they maybe did in previous years, because obviously I have lost a little bit of weight. However, there's a very, very different feeling when you're on holiday, because again, you're hotter, you're sweatier, you could get heat rash and stuff. So not taking it would just be a really poor oversight of mine. So that is coming with me as well. And then I also have a couple of fans. The kids all have a little handheld fan as well, which I'm going to ensure that they charge. But I have two, one for me and one for Mark. This is one of them. Daisy actually has my other one today while she's at her little club, because they are like a little bit more powerful. But I'm just going to make sure they're charged, take them with me. They're great for like transfer. You know, when you first got there and you're like waiting for a coach or your private transfer or whatever, they're so nice to help you sort of acclimatise. So I would definitely be taking them, and I would really recommend them. They're just a really handy thing to have, not just for holidays, but like in the UK as well when it's hot and uncomfortable. And then final things that I've got in here, apart from like a shower puff, I always take a fresh one of these because I don't like taking like old ones and travelling with stuff that we've already got and it's spreading germs from A to B, if you know what I mean. But I got these again because I took these last year, and Stan had a new Real Madrid kit last year and we got it just before we went, and he loved it that much that he begged to wear it every single day. And I was like, I cannot let you do that because everyone is going to think I'm just like a rubbish mum, like I've just only bought you one outfit. But in the end I just thought, you know what, I can wash it. So every night after we got back from like whatever we were doing that evening, I would wash it in the sink with one of these, and then I would leave it out to dry throughout the day and the next day while we were at the pool and stuff, and then he would literally put it back on again. But it has like one sheet for like, it will tell you at the back basically like the water hardness, is a little chart, and then it's like light or normal, how heavily soiled something is, or hand wash, and it will tell you how much you should use. And they are so handy, and what I really like about them is that not only are they light, because you just mix them with water, but they don't leak. There's no chance of like any issues like that. And then once you've like opened the pack, you can bring them home again and they will be fresh to use as and when you ever need to. And another thing that I will take actually, which I've not got on me, do you want me to go and get it? You probably will, won't you? It is this, it's my little Tide to Go pen. I actually had two of these, but I gave my grandma the other one. Nikki got me them from America as part of my birthday present. She got me lots of things that I don't normally have access to. Sorry, I ran out of the air then. But this is really useful, especially for saving outfits, and you know, like it's so good at getting stains out, so I would definitely take that as well. And those are just things because like, you know, the kids have got some lovely clothes, I've got some lovely clothes, and like I don't want them ruined just because I didn't have the facilities at hand to like not clean them properly. I always take cleaning stuff. I used to take the Dr. Beckman travel wash, and I've actually seen that Dr. Beckman do their own one of these now as well. I saw it in Waitrose the other day, so that if you can't get that, have a look for the Dr. Beckman one because they're really worth looking for. Another thing that I'm going to take are these. So one of these will go in my liquids with my hand luggage, and the other one will just go in the case. And what I find really nice about these is that squash, or like cordial or dilute juice or whatever you want to call it, is quite a individual to the UK thing, I find most of the time. I know other countries do have it as well, but I find that when we go abroad, it's not always the most accessible thing in the world. And I don't, even though we're all inclusive and the kids are on holiday and they're definitely going to be asking for like fizzy drinks and stuff, which I don't mind, because we're on holiday, you got to live a little, I get that, but also I would also let them stay hydrated with like water, and sometimes this can be the difference between them drinking like half a pint of water or a pint of water, do you know what I mean? Just get it tastes a bit nicer, and I prefer my water flavoured, so I'm going to take those. I always recommend taking them. I just think they're dead useful to have. And then speaking of water, I'm just going to take some electrolytes with me. I always find that like it's really easy to get dehydrated, and I've gotten into these after getting into fitness because Mark always takes them. I quite like these High Five ones. I know that there are better ones available. Some they're like super salty, which I don't always get on with. I have some Hydrate ones which I'll also take with me, but these I just find they taste a bit nicer, and I really like the fact that they come in a tube and they will get used up whether or not it's abroad or at home. So I take those. I just find it'll keep me hydrated after I've been having like beers or cocktails and sangria and all of that. But also I find when I'm more hydrated, I find I'm less bloated and stuff as well. I don't know if you find that. So they're coming with me. I've got a pack of lollies. One of my missions this week is to get the kids a load of like snack bags ready. So what I do is I get a large sandwich bag like this, so quite a big one, and I will write their name on it just because it makes them feel special. And in here will be like a couple of lollipops each. They will have like some sweets, some snacks, like fruit snacks, savoury snacks, and this will go in their bag, their travel bags each, with like other things to bring in, like charged iPads, headphones, this, that and the other. And it just is easy because they can eat something and then chuck the rubbish back in here as they go. And then when they've gotten through everything, this can just be given to, you know, when they go around with the big bin bags on the planes and collect the rubbish, it can all just go then. And I just feel like it keeps everything contained, everything organised. And we always take lollipops in case of like ears and bursting and all of that. And then I think the final thing that I need to do, and I've just put Uno in this bag to remind me, is that I need to pick a few like travel games. We always take Uno as a family. We love playing this together, like when the evening entertainment is on. One thing about the hotel we're going to is like it's a gorgeous hotel and there's lots that I love about it, but the evening entertainment was not the best. So we tend to like wander a bit after dinner and stuff, but yeah, we always take that. And then now I'm just going to chuck all that back in the bag, and I will show you a few like books and stuff that I've got the kids. So I have 2 readers and 1 not so much. I'm wondering if you can guess who the one that doesn't read as much is. The teenager, which is normal because he's got a phone and he's got access to like friends and he's got more freedom, so don't blame him. But I wanted to get the kids a few bits for entertainment, just because I know they've got their iPads and we'll have like travel games and stuff like that. But I also feel like Daisy and Stanley are at the age where they can really enjoy lying on a sun lounger and getting a bit of shade for a bit and reading a book. I think that's like such a pleasure on holiday, and I know when I was their age, that's what I was doing a lot when I was having a break from the pool. You know, when you just want to sit and chill for a bit. So we got them a few little bits. It made me laugh actually because Mark got one for each of them. And then I got really similar things, and he was like, I think we had the same idea. He discovered them this morning. But first off, books for Stan. I got the David Walliams Robo Dog one because it just seemed like the sort of book that Stan would like. And then I also got him Dogman and the Scarlet Shedder because he loves Dogman. We saw the like latest film in the cinemas, was it this year, earlier on this year, I can't remember, but he loves it, and he's read loads of these and he's got loads of these. So we've got him another one of these that he's not read before. Now Stan's books actually worked out cheaper on Amazon, which can sometimes be the case, whereas Bill and Daisy, I actually ordered them some from World of Books, which they're second hand, just because the difference in pricing then was like the ones that I've got cost me £10 for 4 books. If I'd ordered them on Amazon, it was going to be more like 25, just because of the nature of how popular they are. So that's worth keeping in mind. World of Books is the one that I use a lot. But another thing we also got for Stan is that I got Football Crazy activity book for kids aged 8 to 12. I know that he's 7, but this will be, I was going to say piece of piss for him, he'll love it. And then Mark got the really fun travel activity book for 7 to 9 year olds, and again this has loads of other things. It's got a sloth, so he's going to love that, but I would definitely encourage one of them to bring colours. And as we go on the plane, Mark sits with Daisy and Stan, and then me and Bill sit with a rando, and that's the way we do it these days, just so it works out. And it's quite nice actually, because I have the easier child and usually get to read my Kindle in peace, which is always pleasant. But that is what I've got for Stan. And then for Daisy, I will say with World of Books, I ordered 4 books, only 3 of them has come so far, so I've sent an email this morning chasing that up, because I would be a bit sad if it didn't come in time. So I'm hoping that it does, and if it doesn't, I know that I can get the book in question from Amazon. However, it's just a bit unfortunate that like it's more expensive. But for her, I ordered another Dork Diaries, which is a series she really loves. So if you've got a daughter of a similar age, she might enjoy that too. But then I also got her The Last Chance Hotel, because it was one of the teachers' pick ones on Amazon. So I found it on World of Books. It's a winner of the Times Children's Fiction Competition in 2016. And then my book for her is that Mark really likes Sudoku. I'm showing his age there. I'm sure he'll love that. I told you all that. Daisy's been doing them with him, and I've got her own book, which is more geared towards children, like a little bit simpler, and they can match and do it together, which I think will be really cute. And then he got her really fun travel activity book for 9 to 11 year olds, so again she can do it, and like it's just something to sort of keep them entertained. And then finally for Bill, I got him 2 books that were well rated. Like obviously these look secondhand, but they're still readable and they're no different than what you get from the library. But one's called 13, and then the other one is One of Us is Lying. A geek, a jock, a criminal, a princess, a murder, who would you believe? So that is where we're up to with everything that I've organised so far. Haven't packed anything, have a bookery, but it's all up here. It's all up here, and we're in motion. So now we're going to find our ladders, and you're coming in the loft with me, because I need to see if I can find all of these things that I think we have, but I need to double check and be sure about. Oh my god. I have my glamorous assistant to help me now. He's been up for me. Feel anything like in any of them yet though.
No, it's in this grey bag, and we put them all in it.
Or maybe I feel like I did do that. But we were organised after all. We ended up getting all the cases down, and now I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, so I'm in Daisy's room, and we have located quite a few things. We've got suitcases everywhere, and now Mark is organising the loft. But that's husbands for you, isn't it? We have a pack of playing cards, which we always take because we like to play. Mark, is it shithead? I had to check because I always get confused. Sometimes I think it's called shit-faced, but that's just when you've had too much drink. We play shithead a lot. And we also have a travel rummy cup, which will be somewhere. I've also located my Dock and Bay beach bag, which I love, because this is how tiny it is when you're not using it, and then it folds out to like a proper size beach bag, which is just really handy. Sometimes though I do feel like we could do with another beach bag, but I don't know, it's probably too late to worry about that now. Dan, do you want me to write you a list?
Yeah. Dad wants you as well.
Oh, Dad wants me as well. Okay, one sec, Dad wants me. Okay, I'm back. I needed to hold the ladder, but Stan wants me to write like a little packing list. Do you do this for your kids? Do you let them pack, or do you do it? Because all 3 kids, to be fair, really find it quite exciting to pack their own stuff. I do go through it, I do give them all a list and make them tick it off, and then I go through and check everything afterwards to make sure nothing's missing. But they really enjoy like picking their own outfits and stuff. It's very cute. So I'm going to quickly write this for him, and then I will show you what is in our bag of tricks. Right, so we've got like socks and underpants, outfits. Maybe try and find like 5 or 6 outfits that you would wear in the evening, and then a few extra tops and a few extra shorts if you've got them. swim trunks, goggles, your beach towel, your links if you want to bring that. Right, we're back. So in here we had some sort of like hindsight, which is rare, to put everything in this travel bag, which is one of those, you know, those Ryanair ones that go on you see. Mark took this as his travel bag last year. I think he did actually. So one thing that we've got, which we brought home with us, we bought these last year. You know, these Intex, like you throw them in the pool and you go dive down and get them. The kids really love playing with these, so we brought them home because there's no point buying them again. We've got a couple of towel pegs, loads of adapters, like ones like this are really useful, I find. I think that's mine. Got a couple more. And another one, and then we have like loads of little like bags for putting things in, like little travel bits and bobs, which I don't know if I'll use that in all honesty, because it's more for when I go abroad and I can't take whole luggage. We have a little like luggage weight and stuff, and then loads of these packing cubes, which is essentially all I was looking for. So I feel like we're good, you know. We just need to actually do the packing. But what I need to know from you is there anything that I have forgotten that is like glaringly obvious, that's like looking you right in the face, but I'm just not seeing it? Like you're there like screaming at the screen right now, like, Charlotte, you've not got this. If I've forgotten something, let me know. We've got like all the obvious stuff, like sun cream, got after sun, we need to pack like toothbrushes and toothpaste, but it's not something that we forget. I just feel like, is there anything that's worthwhile getting here and taking with me? Let me know. This is a bit of a haphazard vlog really, but I just love watching stuff like this. I always get such good ideas from watching other people's videos. But yeah, I've got all my bits and bobs. I feel a little bit more organised, and now I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing some more filming. And then, hopefully, I can just relax for a little bit. That's the plan. I'm so excited. I am getting excited now. Cannot wait. I feel like we have been counting down for this for pretty much a year. And I'm so excited for us to go away. I just feel like we just need to get to the day now. Just need to get to the airport and have a safe flight. And hopefully